This is the book of Psalms, chapter 71, and verse 4. Deliver me, O Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, out of the hand of the wicked, out of the hand of the unrighteous and cruel man. That same verse in the AMP. Rescue me, O my power, from the hand of the wicked, godless, from the grasp of the unrighteous and ruthless man. First off, we give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rahakwadash. Double honors unto the apostles of Great Millstone that teach and well. As always, peace and salutations to the elect. This is the brother Benaiah from the Great Millstone Dallas branch, coming back at you with a quick lesson. Now, I have a couple of videos I got queued up that I want to play. Of course, I found on social media, which you can see from this Instagram page, Geopolitics Watch, which is it's a pretty good page. You know what I'm saying? It ultimately shows you um, what Esau is planning on doing. You know, and why people are so distracted with football games. All right, why you people are so distracted, all right, with going out to eat on the weekends or hitting the club or planning your next vacation, planning your next cruise. All right, the current rulers of this society are making plans to ultimately confine you, all right, and lock you into a system, all right, of slavery that was never seen before on the planet Earth, man. You see, and this is something that these Israelite groups are not talking about, man. It only seems to be Great Millstone, all right, and like-minded brothers who preach the same thing, all right, who's occupied in prophecy, which is the spirit of Yahweh Shah, according to Revelation chapter 19 and verse 10, that's speaking about these things. All right, the scriptures tell you in Second Thessalonians chapter 2, all right, real quick, I'll pull it up in my sword. I'm gonna stay on the screen because I'm gonna play this video like I said, but I want to get this in Second Thessalonians chapter 2 real quick. All right, because we're in a time of that wicked being revealed. All right, and you have a lot of Israelite camps who are switching up the doctrine. All right, they're tucking tail because they know that the time of persecution is coming. You see, that if you truly believe and you truly have the testimony of Yahweh Shai, you're going to be persecuted. All right, you're going to be, all right, and some of us even killed for this testimony. All right, but you have a lot of these so-called leaders who are really showing their true colors on what they were about this whole time. All right, they truly wasn't about the mission. They were truly about furthering themselves in this society. They came into the truth with an alternative motive. All right, they wanted to be the man. All right, they wanted the glory. They didn't want Yahweh Shah to receive his glory, man. You see, because Yahweh Shah must receive his glory before we, all right, can receive ours, man. All right, but nevertheless, we're in the time of the wicked being revealed. So this is Second Thessalonians chapter 2. All right, and I'm gonna start at verse 5. It says, remember ye not that when I was yet with you, I told you these things, and now ye know what withholdeth, that he might be revealed in his time. For the mystery of iniquity doeth already work. It says, only he who now letteth will let until he be taken out of the way. Right. And when you read up, this is going into the son of perdition. All right, that man of sin. And when our people read this, they have the mindset of thinking this is talking about one man. All right, now this is talking about the Antichrist. They so wrapped up in these Hollywood movies such as The Omen. All right, well, people are looking for a baby to be born with 666 on the back of his damn head. You know, nigga named Damien. No, okay, this is talking about a people. You see, ultimately, because when you read that, because that word man can go into one person or it can go to a multitude of people, just like when you read in Genesis chapter 5, okay, where it says it talks about the generation of Adam. All right, real quick to prove that point. I don't want to be dry talking. And Salaki, this is going to be a quick, off the dome, video. So Salaki, if I'm everywhere with it, but this is Genesis chapter 5, and just to prove that point, in verse 1, it says, this is the book of the generation of Adam, the generations of Adam, in the day that God created man. In the likeness of God made he him, male and female made he them, and blessed them, and called their name Adam in the day when they were created. You see, so man, all right, It says in that day when God created man in the likeness of God, made he him, male and female made he them. You see, so that man, all right, can mean an individual, or it can mean multiple. Okay, multiple people. You see, and in this case of Second Thessalonians chapter 2, this is speaking about a nation. You see, a nation of people, which is Esau, Edom, the self-proclaimed so-called white man. And it's obvious to see, according to prophecy, that the so-called white men are the Edomites. You see, there's one thing, and you could, like I said, you got a lot of these camps who switching up the doctrine. Now all now all nations can be saved. At one point in time, they were teaching that salvation is only for Israel. Now they're switching up their doctrine. Now, okay, now a few heathen can be saved. You see, and ultimately they're going to have to change that. They're going to switch up everything that they so-called that they taught before. You see, and you got a lot of our people who try to say that the so-called white man is not Esau. If the so-called white man is not Esau, all right, then there's going to be somebody who is worse than this nigga and who can be worse than this nigga? Listen to the shit that he's talking about. Listen to Noah Yuval Harari. Listen to Carl Schwab. Listen to Elon Musk. Listen to these elites, all right, at the W-E to the F, all right, at these forums, and listen to what they're talking about. So you telling me it's going to be somebody worse than these people? If that's the case, then we have to go into captivity, all right, a harsher captivity than what we was right here over here in America, man. And that's what I say. You can't trump prophecy, man. You see, and ultimately that's the spirit of Yahushua. You see, because prophecy indicates, all right, who the people of Israel, who the true people of Israel are, all right, and ultimately who the wicked is, man. All right, and we're in the time of that man being revealed. So going back to Second Thessalonians chapter 2, all right, in verse 8, it says, and then shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming. All right. And the wicked is being revealed. You see? Because right up in verse 4, it talks about the characteristics of the wicked. All right, verse 3 and 4 talks about it. All right, how he would be that, that man of sin, okay, who opposeth and exalted himself above all that is called the most high, or that is worshiped. You see? Who's doing that? What other nation of people is talking like this, man? Put all the nations of people, the nations in the list. All right, and who the main who are the ones who are opposing and exalting themselves above all that is called the Most High? Who is saying that the creation is defected? You know, it's flawed. So it's saying that they can fix it. You see, I have a better way. You don't have to just get certain foods in particular seasons. You can get avocados all throughout the year. You see, who is splicing seed? Who is creating GMO foods and 3D printed meat and telling you that it's healthier, all right, and it's better for you than the natural? You see, nobody but the self-proclaimed so-called white man, and we're in the time of him being revealed. And why aren't you Israelite camps speaking out against this nigga, revealing this nigga? You see, but nevertheless, let's play this video because, like I said, I don't want to make this too long. Lord willing, this lesson is edifying, so let's get it.
Interesting research that we can plant false memories in the brain. People believing that they've been at Disney World with characters who are not Disney characters, taking photographs with those characters, or that they've seen a stop sign that wasn't actually there simply by manipulating images.
If you ask or just think about a question, your brain will go out to the cloud for an answer. You won't even realize it's been done. The answer will just appear in your brain like it's part of you.
One of the emerging areas that's really interesting in law neuroscience is pain detection. And once we understand the circuitries that cause pain, I guess the question is, could we then instill pain and use that in many coercive measures in the legal system as well?
Can you imagine that in 10 years when we are sitting here, we have an implant in our brains, and we measure your brain waves?
Many of those products are hitting the market this year. They will be capable of doing is very high-level brain state reading. Things like, are you tired? Are you paying attention? Is your mind wandering? Are you happy or sad?
So there's some...
And this is the plans that they have, that they want to bring to pass with this technology. All right, that's spoken about in Revelation chapter 13. This is what John saw. All right, the scriptures say that John said what? That he did miracles in the sight of the beast, man. Okay, real quick. All right, and these are the miracles, man. This is what what Esau has plans for you people, and he's gonna do it under the guise of making you better, of making the earth better, you know, under the guise of, you know, the earth isn't a threat. It's always a threat when this nigga has to make you know, he has to make he has to call, he has to make a fucking chaos. You see, he has to make a problem. That way he can come with the solution. That's a part of that left hand magic. All right, order out of chaos. You see? All right, but let's get this in Revelation chapter 13 and verse Revelation chapter 13 and verse 14. It says, and he deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by means of those miracles which he had to do in the sight of the beast. Right. You see? So you telling me John wasn't seeing all this stuff? You see what they're speaking about, and you know, Elon Musk talking about what they can do with this brain C hip. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna play this video again, man. You see what they can we can make the deaf see, we can make the blind see, we can make the deaf hear, we can make the lame walk, we can do all these things. Who is that setting themselves up to be the savior? You see, nobody else but the self-proclaimed so-called white man, which is the Edomites, man. And the scriptures say what he will be doing this in these end times, man. Nobody else, no other nation is doing that. You see, no other nation is doing what this devil is speaking like this devil is speaking, showing you that he is the wicked that Second Thessalonians chapter 2 talks about. Malachi chapter 1 and verse 4. Chapter 1 and verse 4, man. All right, and they shall call them the border of wickedness, man. You see, Esau is that wicked. Okay. It's known he can no longer hide. The prophets are back on the scene, and the prophets, the true prophets, are not going to change it. They're not going to change the testimony up, man. Like you got a lot of these other Israelite camps doing right now. Genesis being one of them, man. No, the servants of Yahweh Shem Shah is going to hold fast to the testimony that they received from the heavens, man. You see, because ultimately we receive this from the heavens, whether you people believe it or not. We don't give a damn if you do, or we don't give a damn if you don't. Salak you know, because as the scriptures say, man, what if some did not believe, man? Shall that make the faith of the Most High without effect? God forbid, man. Second Ezra chapter 15, the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness. So whether you people believe us or not, it's coming to pass. And while your ass is taking cruises, going to the Costa Rica, going to the Bahamas, all right, going to fucking Cancun, while you niggas is at these football games and going out to eat every weekend and hitting the club and doing all this, these are the plans, all right, that these devils are talking about bringing to pass, man. You see? I got another video I'm going to play, but I want to run this one back one more time, man. You see?
There's some really interesting research that we can plant false memories in the brain. People believing that they've been at Disney World with characters who are not Disney characters, taking photographs with those characters, or you know that they've seen a stop sign that wasn't actually there simply by manipulating images.
If you ask,
And that's what he's going to be able to do if he puts this technology within your body. You see? Second Ezra 13, man. You see, well, we was just in the chapter. I'll read it. Revelation chapter 13 and verse 16. And he calls it all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell save he that have the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. You see? So here it is. This is what this man has. He's going to be able to do. All right. It's going to go deeper than buying and selling. Buying and selling is a part of it, but it's ultimately he's going to have total control over you. All right, and ultimately over your being, man. You see, that's what he wants to do. By him putting that technology within your body, he's going to be able to control you. He's going to bend. You're going to have to bend to his will, man. Because right now, all right, everybody is bending unto the will of your everything is subject unto the will of Yahweh Shem Shah. All right, and that's why it says in Psalms chapter what is it? Psalms chapter 83. You know what I'm saying about come let us cut them off from being a nation. If Esau puts his technology with inside you so-called Negro Latinos and Native Americans, he's gonna cut you off completely. You see, and by putting this technology within your body, like it says, you see number 4, brain to the cloud. He wants to link you into his clouds, man. You see, just as Moses went up on Mount Sinai and received those instructions from the cloud. All right, Esau wants to do the same thing on the left-hand side. He wants to put this in you that you receive. He wants to change you. You see, he wants to put his laws inside your ass, man, on the left-hand side. You see, and like old girl said, these false memories. All right, you're gonna be subject to believe what he wants you to believe, just like that movie Total Recall with Arnold Schwarzenegger, man. You see that whole thing, like she said, she was talking about a Disney vacation. You know, we can plant memories inside your mind that make you think that you actually lived that. You see, the same thing, just like that movie Total Recall, man. And Esau puts the shit that he wants to do in movies. You know, that's a part of that left hand magic. Let's keep going.
Or just think about a question, your brain will go out to the cloud for an answer. You won't even realize it's been done. The answer will just appear in your brain like it's part of you.
One of the emerging
Right. He wants to put his laws. Esau wants to do the same thing the Most High. Esau is truly not a creator, man. You see, he can only take what the Most High does and what in the Most High creation and splice it and try to, and mix it up and then slap his name on it and say he created this. You see, when he's really doing nothing but imitating Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, man. You see?
areas that's really interesting in law neurosciences, pain detection. And once we understand the circuitries that cause pain, I guess the question is, could we then instill pain and use that in many coercive measures in the legal system as well?
Showing you that they're gonna be able to stick pain on your ass, man. They're gonna be able to make your ass subject. If you say something against me, I'm gonna hit that button and cause pain on your ass, man. You see? Not only he gonna be able to cut your buying and selling off, he's gonna be able to cause you pain, man. You see? These are the plans that they have for you people, man.
Can you imagine that in 10 years when we are sitting here, we have an implant in our brains? And we measure your brain waves.
Many of those products are hitting the market this year. They will be capable of doing is very high-level brain state reading. Things like, are you tired? Are you paying attention? Is your mind wandering? Are you happy or sad?
So there's some.
And these are all things that Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai has power to do, man. You see? So Esau wants to bend you. He wants you to be subject unto his will. All right, going back to that 2 Thessalonians chapter 2. All right, and let me read this part. Where we at? I'm going to read verse 4. It says, who opposeth and exalted himself above all that is called God, or that is worshipped, so that he as God sitteth in the temple of God, showing himself that he is God. And that's exactly what Esau wants to become, you see. And he believes that he can do that via this technology. All right. And if you get this shit inside your body, he's gonna become your God, man. He's gonna be able to, just like the scriptures say, how the Lord he instills instruction into people, all right, while they sleep. When a man sleeping, like it says in the book of Job, Esau is going to be able to do that too. You know what I'm saying? He's going to be able to program your ass. That's why the brother Osman Wab did a video this morning about Noah Yuval Harari. All right, Yuval Noah, whatever that nigga name is. All right, he's talking about basically hacking the body. You see, he wants to hack the system to where now he can control it, right? You see, so let's play this next video. And these are the plans that they have for you people, man. You know, no other Israelite camp is talking about this, man. Showing you that they're not the true watchmen. You see, because that's the sword coming down. The sword is getting ready to come down, man. Let's go to this next video.
But if 1 billion people stop eating meat, I tell you, it has a big impact.
We're developing, through technology, an ability for consumers to measure their own carbon footprint. What does that mean? That's where are they traveling? How are they traveling? What are they eating? What are they consuming on the platform?
Climate change is caused for 20% by meat and dairy. So the producers of meat and dairy should pay for the damage they cause.
The coffee that we all drink.
Right, meat and dairy food, and that's the philosophy that he pushed out to people, that cows are the problem. There's too many people on the planet Earth, where people are eating too much meat. It's just too much. It ain't you fucking polluting and spraying shit in the air and poisoning the water and poisoning the earth. All right, the actual land with all this BS. That's not the problem. It's people. It's cows. Showing you Esau has a war against everything that Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai created, and he wants to change it. And that's why Yahweh Shai said that, if those days be not shortened, then there will be no flesh left, man. You see? Because Esau he will be destroyed everything or changed it, all right, until he altered it into some, fucking Frankenstein shit, man.
emits between 15 and 20 ton of CO2 per ton of coffee.
I'm gonna rewind that, man. This is the society. Now listen to what these people are saying, man. This is the society that they're soon to erect, man, right before you people's eyes, man, while you playing and thinking everything's a damn joke. All this shit is gonna be taken away. All the shit that you can eat, everything is gonna be taken away. Your ass is gonna be measured. He's gonna eat, nigga. Nah, you had too much coffee. Listen to this shit, man.
But if 1 billion people stop eating meat, I tell you, it has a big impact.
We're developing, through technology, an ability for consumers to measure their own carbon footprint. What does that mean? That's where are they traveling? How are they traveling? What are they eating? What are they consuming on the platform?
Climate change is caused for
Nigga want to know what everything you doing, man. Control.
20% by meat and dairy. So the producers of meat and dairy should pay for the damage they cause.
The coffee that we all drink emits between 15 and 20 ton of CO2 per ton of coffee. Every time we drink coffee, we are basically putting CO2 into the atmosphere.
And
Right. That morning coffee that you go and get before you go to work. You know, you try to sneak, the fucking robot come out and smack that shit out your hand, man. You too much coffee. Fucking smack that shit out your fucking hand, man. You know? But here it is, he's saying, nigga, you niggas ain't gonna no coffee, nigga. You had 1 cup, nigga. No, you don't get no more for the rest of the month. You know? Bro, these niggas are crazy, dog. This nigga is crazy, bro. Just watch that movie Snowpiercer, man. With old boy from Captain America, man. I forgot his name, Chris something. Watch that movie Snowpiercer, man. They would say that fucking train that they set up, man. They had the poor all the way in the back of the train. All right, and these niggas a black fucking cube, and they called it a protein bar. Here it is. What you think they talking about, man? They talking about they trying to push your ass away from meat. You think these elites are not gonna be eating real meat? You think they not gonna, no, nigga, they gonna be eating steaks while your ass eating roach bars, man. Just like in that movie Snowpiercer, you know? But these are the plans that they have, man.
predict that we will have proteins not coming from meat in the future. They will probably taste even better. So why are we trying to mimic meat if we can have a better taste?
And you can't make nothing better, man. You can't make nothing better than what Yahweh Shema Shah made, man. Let's go to this real quick, man. I'm gonna end it off on this, man. But this is really happening, man. Right before everybody's eye. This is 2nd Ezra chapter 9. I think this is it. In verse 19 in the GNT. It says, when I created the world, I supplied it with an abundance of food and a law of profound wisdom, but the people I created live corrupted lives. Right. You see, so when Yahweh Shema Shah created the world, man. All right, when you read in Genesis chapter 1, when Yahweh Shah and Elohim, all right, those first fruit spirit that was with the Lord from the beginning, they created the creation in Genesis chapter 1. What did they say? It was good, it was perfected. All right. It didn't need a tweaking or altering. It fit perfectly within the design of the creation to help the creation to flourish. You see, but here it is. This goddamn devil is saying that it ain't. Here that we can have something better than meat. Well, what? Some fucking chemicals, man. Some 3D printed meat. Well, this nigga just take some shit and then make it. Bro, you got order a fucking strawberry soda that don't got no goddamn strawberries in it, man. This is the shit, and that's why disease is at an all-time high. That's why sickness is at an all-time high. All right, because this devil has control over the resources, over the food and what you consume. You see, what you're allowed to eat. You know. But Yahweh Shema Shah, when he created the world, man, everything was perfect, man. So the creation is not the problem. The cows are not the problem. You see, the animals are not the problem. Nigga, you are the fucking problem. You see, and you so-called Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans better wake the hell up, man. All right, because you about to be faced with a choice, man. But I didn't want to make this too long. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shah, Ba'ashem, Rachakodash, The honors unto the apostles of Great Millstone, the teacher of well, and as always, peace and salutations to the elect. Shalom.